Hi, this is Kwavi, life coach for women 50 and over, and the creator of Flourish, an online community for women 50 and over. Welcome to another episode of 50 Shades of Over 50. Yay! I'm so glad you're here. I'm so excited. On this episode, I'm going to be sharing with you this technique that you need to accomplish all your goals. Without this technique, it's not going to be sustainable. You're going to keep it's almost like you're climbing uphill and you're going to slide down. You might get to the middle and you fall right down. And so this tool is going to help you overcome all those obstacles and get you to the top of the mountain where your goal is. All right, let's go. So excited to talk to you about this today. I'm really, really excited because I think that when it comes to goals, that's where we all struggle, right? It's like we know what to do. We're like, okay, I'm going to do this. And especially at this time of the year where people are already planning for what they're going to do in 2022. And, I'm just gonna let you know, it's rough. It's hard, but I'm going to share with you some tools that can help you overcome that so that you're like sailing through, like, I got this, because you need this in order for you to accomplish your goals. So before I go into that, I just want to share with you that if you're listening to this, I just want to say I really appreciate you listening. And if you derive some pleasure, some benefit, please share with other people. I'm trying to grow this channel because I really want to be able to share this message with more women in their 50s and over. And when I say 50s and over, I mean 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. All of those women in that age group need to listen to this message because I think we live in a very youth-obsessed society where sometimes we can kind of internalize the messages that we get in society. And the messages that typically are put out there are not very encouraging for women my age. And so I want to empower women so that they can rediscover their purpose and passion and live life on their own terms. Yes, yes, yes. And guess what? It's possible. But I think that sometimes you can get into this space where you feel life is over, being older is a death sentence. But I'm changing that. I am on a mission to empower 1 million women because I know it is possible. And one of the beautiful things about women that I absolutely love is when we are rising up, we don't do it alone. We rise up with other people. We step it up. And that's one of the things I love about women. We don't just go there and stand out by ourselves. No. We are lifting other women in the process. And so I'm really excited about that because I can see little steps. And next week or the week after, I'm actually going to have, I don't know if it's next week or the week after, I'm going to actually have an interview with one of my members of Flourish. This woman is doing amazing things and you have to listen to her story. So I'm going to be sharing that with you. Amazing story. It's going to be so much fun. And I love to interview people. So it's going to be a fun conversation. You don't want to miss it. So start to let the people know that something is coming. They need to subscribe and share. And so today I want to talk about, I wanted to kind of talk a little bit about that because I know there are women that probably might be listening and thinking, oh, I don't think that's me. I mean, Kwavi, you're outgoing. That's for you. I just want to share this. I'm not special. No, we're all the same. The opportunities available are available to you. The possibilities that I have are available to you. You just have to be open and willing to receive them. Okay. So today I'm going to be talking about the tool that I use to help me accomplish goals. And it's called an anchor thought. When you have a boat and you have to put the anchor down so that it doesn't move, it's like it holds it in place. That is what an anchor thought does for you. When you have a goal, we set up on a goal, we're all excited. We're like, let's just push forward to January 1st. You know how you get excited? Okay, I'm going to do this. This is the year. I'm going to do it. And in the beginning, the excitement is like on steroids. It's like, you are good. You're going. It's like, yes, I got this. I'm doing it. But what ends up happening for real? Like a few weeks into it, it's kind of like, oh, I can't do this. Why did I sign up? This is the novelty, the excitement fades. And we're back to square one. And then eventually we're like, this doesn't matter. And then done. Right? This is one I want to share with you. And I want to share, first of all, that is normal for your excitement to wane. It is not uncommon for your excitement to go down. Don't think there's anything wrong with you, because I think some of you, what you do is you kind of beat yourselves up about it and think, oh, I'm just not disciplined. There's something wrong with me. I just can't do this. That is not the situation. You know what it is? It is your brain working exactly how it's supposed to act. Seriously, nothing wrong with you. But what I want to share with you is to have an anchor thought. That thought that you think about regularly on purpose to get to your goal. That thought that you put on maybe on your phone, right? Maybe you put it on your screen on your phone. You have it right there. So it's right there. Or maybe it's you put it on as your screensaver on your laptop, or you might type it up and have it in your home office or your office, somewhere. Or you might just decide to put it on a sticky note and place it on your mirror in your bathroom, somewhere that you can see it. An anchor thought is a thought that kind of helps you keep on going, even when you don't feel like it. Now, listen, you are not expected to always like doing these things to get to your goal. Because I think some of you think, oh, those other people that do it, they like it all the time. I'm just here to tell you, no, that is not true. There are times that you don't want to do it, but you do it anyway because you think about the goal. But what is going to keep you going is that anchor thought. So what is going to be your anchor thought? I'm going to tell you mine. Mine is, I want to impact millions of women in the world. I want to create a huge impact in millions of women in the world. That's what I want to do. I want to help them rediscover their purpose and their passion so that they can live a life on their own terms. That is my anchor thought. And so there are days, I'm going to be honest, when I'm like tired, like, oh, and then sometimes, there are days when things don't quite work out. And I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm like, oh, but guess what? That anchor thought is something I think about deliberately. It's all over the place for me. I see it everywhere, right? Because I have it in different places. And that keeps me going, because that is why I'm doing the work that I'm doing. What is your anchor thought? Maybe you might decide, okay, I want to lose weight. Why do you want to lose weight? Maybe you feel, you know what, I really want to live this next chapter in a healthy way. Maybe your doctor has told you you're pre-diabetic and you're like, you don't want to become a diabetic. This is your thought. Whatever it is, maybe you're in the business and you're creating a business and you want this business to maybe be a legacy for your kids. Whatever it is, what is your anchor thought? You have to have that at the front of your mind constantly. That is what's going to help you when you get on those days, when those days come, because they will come for sure, when you're like, oh, goodness, I don't want to do this. I'm going to give it up. It doesn't matter. I just want to share with you, it does matter. Your mind is going to play tricks on you. And the way the brain is designed, the brain loves to be efficient. So guess what? Your brain is not going to kind of pull you out of that funk. Oh no, your brain is going to be like, why are we doing this? Let's go back to the old way of doing things. Because guess what? The old way of doing things is more efficient for the brain. New things are harder for the brain to accomplish. But that's just the way the brain is designed. And sometimes you might think, I'm not meant to do this. It's not working. It's too much of a struggle. No. Signs like that do not mean you stop. Signs like that mean you're on the right path. Keep on going. Keep on going. And so when you remember your anchor thought, you're going to be like, oh, that's why I did this. I'm going to keep on going. That holds you in place. The anchor keeps you grounded. It keeps you knowing that this is why I'm doing this. The anchor essentially sets you free of those obstacles so that you can keep on going step by step closer to your goal. And I know it's hard. I know it's challenging. Listen, it is so worth it. And listen, we are over 50. We're in the 60s, 70s, 80s. We have the wisdom and experience to do what we're doing right now. And we need to do this. We need to be an example for the younger ones. We need to set an example for those coming up. We need to be the ones that are like, okay, let us rise up so that they can see what we're doing. And before they get to our age, they'll be like, wow, I like what they're doing. Look at what they're doing. I can't wait to get to that age. That's what we need to do. Because I can tell you, when we were much younger, there weren't a lot of examples of women in their 50s, 60s, and 70s and 80s doing stuff like this. But we want to change that. Society has this image of, when you get to 50, I like to say that in your 40s, society just kind of places an invisible sticker on your forehead and says, you're about to expire. And then when you hit 50, it's like, bam, expired sticker right on your forehead. But you know what? That doesn't have to be our story. Our story can be completely different, but we have the power to do that. Sometimes I think we kind of feel, well, we can't do anything about it. Yes, you can. We can definitely do that. And the beautiful thing is, you have your mind. You can manage your mind however you want to think. Because these thoughts, these anchor thoughts, you get to come up with them by yourself. No one else has to do that for you. And I just want to share with you, I know that up until this point, you have been saving other people. I know that you have been saving everyone around you. But I'm just going to tell you this, nobody, and I mean nobody, is coming to save you. So guess what? You're an expert at saving people. So guess what? I know you can save yourself. I know you have this in you. Even though sometimes you feel like, I know you have it within you to do this. And so I want us to really step up and realize that, okay, what is the anchor thought that we're going to go with? What is that anchor thought that can keep you grounded so that when those tough times come, you remember that anchor thought and you're like, I got this. I can do this. And love yourself enough to keep on going. Because there are going to be times you don't want to do it, but that doesn't mean you don't love yourself. It just means that you don't feel like doing it. But guess what? Because you love yourself so much, you keep on going. Because you know that at the end, what is going to happen, the goal, the feeling is priceless. And that in itself is reason to keep on going. And so I want to share with you that, listen, have your anchor thought. Because without that anchor thought, like all around you, you're going to forget why you wanted to do this. And once you forget, it's easy to kind of like, it doesn't really matter. It's not worth it, because you've forgotten why you wanted to do this in the first place. I want you to constantly remember, because the thing about thoughts is thoughts trigger a feeling. And if you have that thought, I know that when you think about that, you're going to be excited. I know when I think about my anchor thought about helping 1 million women, listen, that gets me fired up. I'm like excited. And what do you do when you're excited, or whatever feeling that it generates for you? You're going to take action. Yeah. And that means taking action means you're getting closer to your goal. Yeah. And don't worry about if it's small steps, big steps, doesn't matter. As long as you're taking steps forward, you are good. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Stay in your lane. You will be good. And eventually you'll get closer and closer. And before you know it, you're like, goal accomplished. And that's another heightened feeling that, we can't even describe, because it's like, wow, I did that. And I think for most of us that are over 50, it's a different feeling, because society wants to tell us we can't do that anymore, but we still got it. We have a lot of experience. We have a lot of wisdom. And that is important. That is priceless. And so when you put all that together with our creativity, you know how creativity goes into overdrive when you hit 50. You know what I'm talking about. You have all these different ideas and you're like, what I want to think about, it's like your creativity is like on steroids. So I know when it comes to creativity, that's not the issue. The issue is implementing them. And so I want you to start to do this. And when you have those goals, make sure you have your anchor goal and anchor thought there. Because like I said, thoughts trigger your feelings. Feelings get you excited to take action, right? Your feelings, whatever the feeling is, it puts you into that mode where you want to take action. And when you take action, you're going to see the results. All right. So I hope this was helpful. Before I go, I want to share a poem with you, because I really am appreciative that you're listening to this today. Please share with others. I just want to share this with you because I know you know your worth, but I just want to remind you, because sometimes you forget. I want to share this poem with you. You are here to take up space, to fill up this world with your presence, your laughter, your adventures, your dreams, your one-of-a-kind story. You're making a difference with every breath you breathe. You shape the people around you just by being alive. You add brightness to each day you wake up in. You bring warmth and joy to every life that intersects with yours. You are a radiant soul that shines brighter than you know. Your light makes the darkness scatter. Every breath, every smile, every step you take forward makes the shadows disappear. You are stronger and braver than you realize. Every day you wake up believing that there is still hope, still joy, still love, still things worth fighting for is courageous. Today, I want to remind you that you are here to take up space loudly, proudly, and fiercely. Remember, you are lovely. You are precious. You are worthy. You are capable. You are a spectacular work of art. Try not to forget your own significance anymore. By Dele Alanubi. I love this poem. I think it's a poem that it just speaks to the power of women. I just love it. And I had to share it with you. Thank you for watching this episode. And if you enjoyed it, which I hope you did, please subscribe and share. Take care. Bye.